watching pizza doing bad shows cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only to cost Tony pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queer's just a jerk off in a perv. Team Bushes, Team Bushes, Team Bushes, yeah. This bitch once tried to diddle his brother. I can't even fucking imagine what this did to his mother. He got locked up in a psych ward for his sick crimes, and decades later he got exposed by Joey Dimes. Now he's on a fucking mission to prove he's no chomo, and he never stops bitching cause he's such a homo. He claims he spent years in prison, but he don't remember exactly where he did his time cause he's a pretender. He made up this fucking lie to try to impress you, and he'll sad fish and he'll cry to try and finesse you. So Team Bushes is on a mission as pizza's opposition to destroy his fake persona and put an end to his grifting. Team Bushes, Team Bushes, yeah, yeah, Team Bushes, yeah. They're peeping through the shadows, creeping mad slow, watching pizza doing bad shows cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only to cause Tony pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queer's just a jerk off in a perv. Team Bushes, they're here to keep an eye on you and make your life a living hell, cause you're a piece of shit and that ain't hard to fucking tell. You grift and you scheme and you bitch and you scream and you throw temper tantrums till they give you some green. You're a whiny fucking jerk and you refuse to go to work. If you don't get what you want, you lose your shit and go berserk. OZ bought membership for FBS's chat, and you fucking lost your mind and began to attack. Dixie Lee is a lady that you once were obsessed with, then she rejected your ass just like everyone else did. Alex Vela's channel is fucking hilarious. He clowns you in his videos and you should be embarrassed, bitch. You terrorize relentlessly in every single chat, cause nobody has more fucking sock accounts than Hellcat. Rottweiler, Luke, and Muggsy are world-class ball breakers, but Tony Pizza's a fraud and his crew are all fakers. Shadows, creeping mad slow, watching pizza doing bad shows cause he's an asshole. Alex Vela, OZ, Rottweiler, Muggsy, Hellcat, Mooch, and the one and only Dixie Lee. Team Bushes is the name and they all work towards the same fucking goal, and that is only to cause Tony pizza pain, cause that's all that he deserves. He's been working on our nerve for fucking years. This fucking queer's just a jerk off and a perv. Team Bushes, yeah, yeah, Team Bushes, yeah.
Yizzo. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? We don't have many people, and we're not going to. I heard there's a couple of other shows on right now, so it's all good. I had a problem getting out of bed this morning. I just didn't want to. I didn't sleep real well last night. I got a lot on my mind. I got a bunch of shit I got to do in the next few days. Anyway, let me do some shout outs. There's only a few people. D. Gainey, hey now, Pat Travelino, Sally, Steve Blair. Who else? Yeah, that's me. Nick Valente. What's up, bro? Let me see. Did I already shout? Yeah, I shouted out hey now, right? Did I? Hey now. I don't know. Yeah, I did. All right. Anyway, where's Mike Ramey at too? I shout you out. I don't even know. I don't even remember. I'm fucking tired, man. I'm beat. I got to stop. These late night shows are fucking me up, man. I mean, I'm not saying I got to stop doing the shows, but I got to put like a time limit on them. Like if I start at 10:30, I'm done by 11:45 or something, you know? Those fucking shows fly. They like time flies for me. So I'll feel like I'm on for 40 minutes and it's an hour and 40 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even see how it's possible. The thing about YouTube is, did you know Trump's in the Epstein files? Yeah, that fucking clip you sent me was the shit. Yeah, that there's big trouble for this guy, Mike Ramey. I don't know if you've seen, but there's a lot of new emails released today. A lot. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that on a politics show. But I heard there's a lot of stuff going on this morning. Susie Jones, welcome. I heard there's a lot of shit going on this morning. I heard some bad things. You know, but I'll tell you something that's kind of a fucking relief. Oh, nice. Hey now. I'll tell you what's nice. For years on here, I didn't want anybody to tell me anything. You guys know that. And the reason was because no matter what was going on, somehow I was thrown into the mix. So even if I had nothing to do with any fucking thing, somehow my fucking name would come up, or I couldn't even click on a goddamn show without hearing my fucking name. No other MobTube show. No other MobTube show. It was insane. And even if somebody told me that something is going on between two other people, somehow, again, they would involve me, or they would add me to it, or they would fucking say that I have something to do with it. There was always something with FBS. And even if I was just listening to a conversation that was completely unrelated to anything, really, my name would come up, you know. So it just it was very frustrating. This morning I got a bunch of messages about stuff that's going on MobTube right now, and none of it has to do with me. And you have no idea the relief. You have no idea the relief when I can listen to something now. And I mean, I listened to something earlier and I did wind up hearing my name, but it was just in passing. It was no big deal. So it's nice to not be involved in any of this shit, even though I went from, 300 views a show to nothing. I don't even care. I don't even give a shit. I just know that it's like a weight off my shoulders, because things get uglier and uglier and uglier, and the way people are fighting and the shit they're doing to each other is nuts. I was just listening to Angela, and of course she was talking about Angel, and it sounds like Angela is getting ready to sue Angel. That's what it sounds like, which, I wouldn't blame her. I mean, why not? Because there's a point where it just goes too far. There's a point where it goes too far. Oh, Dux, you're fully aware of everything that's going on. You're fully aware. You're talking about the Joey Molino thing. No, what happened with Joey Molino? What? There's Joey Molino stuff too? What did he do? Or what's being done to him? Or what's he doing to other people? Give me a second here, guys. All right. Fill me in, because I'll talk about that too. But I want to... who knows, Pat? Who knows? I want to talk about what I heard on Angels and stuff. You know nothing. Yes, you do, Ducks. Yes, you do. I know where you are at all times. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, I'll just talk about this Angela stuff. Angela said something about Angel that's very, very true, and we all know this. There was a couple of things she said. There was one thing I really wanted to talk about, and of course, within 2 minutes, I forgot about it. Forgot what the fuck it was. But there was one thing she said about how Angel having no problem with rats as long as they're doing something for her, like helping her family or something like that. I've been saying that about Angel for years. All that rat shit, nonsense. Nonsense. They none of them really care who's a rat, especially Angel. Angel only cares about if you're benefiting her for her family in some way. That's it. If you don't talk about her family, or if you speak well of her family, I mean, think about the fact that Mikey Scars testified against John Jr. And he was one of the only rats Angel refused to ever say anything bad about, just because he would speak about her father and just like he was a god, and he never had anything bad to say about John Gotti, and he would do things like go to John Gotti's grave on, all that stuff. So she loved him. She loved him. She had no problem with him or Michael Franzese. She wouldn't say anything about those guys. Both rats. All right, Mike. She wouldn't say anything. And Angela called her out on that this morning, and she's right. She's right. I know that Angel's family is close with Franzese, and apparently Angela said that I guess Angel's finally talking about Mikey Scars because he did something, but I don't know what he did. I'm not sure. Yeah, right, Sally. I heard things this morning. It's a shame. I heard things. Dom Sicali, Nadu, and Sicali are at it because of his crypto. That's the impression I get anyway. What happened with his crypto? Yeah, a lot. What happened with his crypto? Did it tank? So Nadu and Sicali are fighting. Or is it about Jeff? I know Jeff. They're calling it a rug pull. Yeah. That's what I heard. Well, that's what Jeff's been doing, right? Or did something happen? Like, how's the stock doing? In other words, is what I'm asking. Because I know Jeff's been saying that it was just going to be, it's just a scheme, basically, Which, listen, I'll be honest with you. I know people that invested in that crypto coin, and I know at least in, for a while, they were doing well. They even made some money. But if they kept their money in, I don't know how they're doing now. What's up, BTF? I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I was gonna invest in it, and then I don't know. I just decided not to. So hopefully I made the right decision. It seemed like a lot of trouble. I like to just go on Robinhood and buy stock, and that's it. You have it. But this wasn't that, apparently. This was, I had to fucking do 500 different things to buy the stock. I was like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, well, you got to download this, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. So I'm not knocking anybody buying it. If it's worth it to you, go ahead. I'm not putting that kind of time into anything like that, Especially, nothing's a short thing. So, plus I'm poor, as you guys know. Soon I'll be living in my car. God forbid. Yeah, it was a lot of trouble, man. People try to explain it to me, and I'm like, man, why do I got to do all this? I don't understand. Why is this not just something you could buy like any other stock? I don't think it's a rug pull. I believe they're going to migrate it. Oh, yeah? I don't even know what that means, Ducks, to be honest. I don't know. But what about Joey Merlino? I don't understand. Pat said, or somebody said something about Joey Merlino. Yeah, this. And then you said Dom Sicali, Nadu, and Sicali are at it. What about Joey Merlino? I think you left that part out. Yeah. I'm curious. I would never even bother to keep up with all this shit. I don't care. But I was listening to Angela this morning because, first of all, let me explain something. Because somebody came into Angela's chat or something. No. Angela just brought up that someone is saying, I don't know. I couldn't understand. I don't know if she was talking about SoFlo in them or Angel in them. I don't know who she was talking about, but she said that somebody's saying that me and Angela are working behind the scenes together. Angela's trying to get me to turn on these other people. I've never spoken to Angela off of this panel right here. Like never off of YouTube. There's never been a phone conversation, a text message. Well, in the beginning when we were cool, a couple of Facebook messages, she was going to help me with an interview, but you're talking about fucking 3.5 years ago, something like that. I think people are so used to enemies making friends and then becoming actual friends. You know what I mean? Like they're on the show together every day and they're calling each other. You know, no. I mean, that's obviously never going to happen with me and Angela. And again, I don't do anything behind the scenes, guys. I don't care enough. This is not, if I was doing shit behind the scenes, that would mean that I'm taking personal time out of my life to do those things. And that's not happening. If I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not doing it. Okay? That's all I can tell you. So I don't know. But and as far as me turning on people, I've already turned on everybody. I hate everybody. I told you, I hate all of you equally. I do. There's a couple of people I don't hate. But for the most part, I hate everyone on here that's a content creator, you know? Supposedly Joey using a dude to badmouth Sakali. I could see that. But why would Joey need to use Nadu? Joey badmouthed Sakali on his own. I just heard Angela say that too. She said they're trying to spin it that you and Angela have been having conversations off of YT. No. First of all, I've told you this a long time ago. There's very few women I'm ever going to speak to off of YouTube. I'm a married guy, and I don't want my wife talking to a whole bunch of fucking men off of, not off of YouTube, but I mean on the phone and shit like that. It's not something I generally do. You know how many different people from these chats have asked, even people that aren't always part of them, but have helped me with things behind the scenes, have asked for my number so we could speak on the phone. And it's like, no, I'm not. And Angela, I mean, listen, I feel for what Angela went through because of what I went through. I understand her pain and stuff. And it was nice having that conversation with her about the medication and all that. I also have sympathy, for people in that situation where they're having those panic attacks and the depression and they need medication, So, and she doesn't seem like a horrible human being now that we speak on here and stuff, or we've spoken on here, because you see a different side of people when you're not at war with them. I have no problem with Angela basically anymore. I really don't care. As long as she never talks about my fucking family anymore, I don't care, but there's always going to be a little bit of bad blood. I mean, listen, guys, I'm not going to be friends with anybody except for you guys in this chat, the people that are here with me every day. I'm not making friends with new people, especially not, old enemies. Like in other words, it's one thing to be friends on here. It's another thing to be actual friends. So anybody who's saying that, you're nuts. Like, Angela's not trying to convince me to do anything at all. At all. No. I heard her. Yeah, I heard her. And she's right. I was going to say something in the chat, but I don't like going in the chats and shit. I was going to say, no, absolutely. We never spoke. It's just a ridiculous thought to think that we did. Well, what the fuck would me and Angela talk about off of YouTube? What conversation would we have? And if this was before my mom passed, there probably would have been no civil conversation with her even on this show, but I just feel differently about things now. Of course, for obvious reasons, especially when somebody tells me that they lost somebody and, they're basically in the same boat I'm in. But I don't, other than that, I don't know. It's just so funny that people for years have been saying all this shit I do behind the scenes. You could ask any of these people from this chat who talk to me every day. Ask them if they've ever heard about me plotting anything behind the scenes. I don't give this shit 2 minutes worth of thought when I'm not on here live. I don't even it's not even on my fucking mind. About 15 minutes before every show, that's when I start thinking about it. And that's only if I already don't have something planned, so something planned to talk about on the show. Not only is Miss Can't Be Wrong black, I'm not a man, FBS. I should have told you when we first started texting. Oh, son of a bitch. Hey now, motherfucker. All right, I take it back. I guess I have been talking to women. Be my friend, Godfather. Yeah. So to be clear, you aren't commiserating with Angela, or you are. No, I'm not. I'm not. It's a stupid thought. So, and especially plotting behind anybody. I don't care to plot on anyone. I'm trying to get away from this. I don't like these people. I really don't. I'm disgusted with the fact that I ever took part in any of this. I, you know, I guess, again, I don't know who she was trying to say said that, whether it was Angel and her friends over there or SoFlo and his friends. I don't know. But again, if you attack me, I'm going to attack you. Other than that, I don't care about any of you. I just don't. Angel, I'll talk about simply because she has that scumbag on her show. You know what I mean? And she deserves to be talked about. But other than that, I don't. If you're not bothering me, I'm not bothering you. It's always been my thing. More so now than ever, too. FBS plotted the fake blackness of Miss Can't Be Wrong. This is true. Yeah, definitely. I definitely did. No doubt. Son of a bitch. I got a busy couple of weeks coming up, guys. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm dreading everything. Soto gifted 1 Street Smart Politics membership. Thank you, Soto. I appreciate you. Oh, I got memberships to give out, don't I? I do. You can't have a simple conversation on a panel with people watching. What do you mean you can't have a simple conversation on panel with people watching? What are you saying? First off, FBS, forever being a solo. If you were to plot, you trust no one but yourself. Oh, of course. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. There's not a day that goes by that I don't regret trusting anybody I've ever trusted in the past. So it's got me to the point where I'm. That's why I don't even talk to people anymore. You know. I owe you a membership, Pat. Yeah, you got to get one, bro. You got to get one. I don't know how to do it. How do I get you a membership? Let me see if I can. Pat, do you have? Tell me this now, Pat. Do you have your allow gifts option on? If you tell me, then I'll try to give you a free membership right now. It turns into you guys are talking about, oh, yeah. No, I know. Especially if it has to do with me because I'm this nefarious character who's like working against everybody behind the scenes. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to live my life. You know what's on my mind right now? This. I look like shit. I got to shave my head, my fucking face. That's my first priority. Well, maybe after doing a politics show. Yeah, which I'm not thrilled about being right up in the camera on one of those right now, but I got a lot going on, so I haven't had a lot of free time. I've been doing a lot of live streams, a lot of live streams. How do I find that out? Do you see the join button? Well, BTF, why I don't really do it that much on the politics. Like, I'm not really concerned about giving out memberships on the politics show is because those people don't understand any of this stuff. They don't know any of the MobTube stuff. And these are the members only shows I do is just the MobTube stuff. But I know what you mean. I could eventually maybe, do the politics shows just for members, or at least some every now and then. Anyway, what else? Oh my God, there was something she said about Angel, and I just wanted to. I smiled when I heard it, and I just wanted to talk about it because it was another one of Angel's little hypocrisies or something. The rat thing was a good point to bring up, but I've said that a million times about Angel. She hates the rats that she hates. They're all like that. They're all full of shit. Look, MRE, this is just like Trump supporters when they were after pedos and they wanted those Epstein files. And now that they know Trump is the main subject of those Epstein files, they're like, what Epstein files? Why are you still talking about this? You know what I mean? It's the same shit. Those people, rat, that whole crew over there. We hate rats, right? Kill rats, attack rats. That's everybody, all those clip channels, troll channels, all about hating rats. Then you find out without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, that MRE is a huge rat. And they don't say a fucking word about it. They're fine with him. They're fine with him because although they hate rats, they love him. So it's okay if he's a rat. You know, so they'll just deny that he's a rat, just like Trump supporters, no matter how many piles of evidence come out on a daily basis that he's a pedo, they'll still say, no, he's not. You know, so it's the same shit. The more I do those politics shows, the more I realize that I'm seeing a lot of what I see on MobTube, you know, just speaking about a different person. That's it. You know, it's the same mentality, though. Same mentality. If you like a guy, he can do no wrong. He's infallible. I don't know, man. I must be a different breed because not me. If you could be my best friend, if you do some fucked up shit, I acknowledge that it's some fucked up shit. I don't just say, well, because I really, really like you, I'll be a complete hypocrite. I'll talk about everybody else doing what you just did, but I'll ignore the fact that you did it. No. Oh, you have, Pat? Okay, then it's on. The gift button is on. All right. Yeah, Angela's really right on point. Yeah. Yep. All right, let me see if I could give out free memberships real quick. I can see there's not going to be any money today, which it is what it is. There's not many people here. But I might just do a short show so I could go do politics. We'll see. Because when I say I got a lot of shit to do, guys, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to fit in all these live streams, especially since for the next 4 or 5 days, I can't do any live streams late at night because Shanna's home. I want to be with Shanna. I only do them when she works the next day because she goes to bed early. But I got to figure out how to fit in 2 MobTube shows and 2 politics shows, plus do a whole bunch of stuff I have to do for what's coming up in a few days. So I got to try to save time, you know? Let me go to my YouTube channel. Sorry. Where's my show at? Oh, members only, motherfucker. All right, now it won't show me my chat. Yeah, it won't show me my chat. That's great. Isn't that great? Isn't that great that everything's working out just fine? Everything in the world has to be a pain in the ass. I swear to God. Nothing's easy. All right, I'll just shut down YouTube and we'll start over. Because that didn't work. Oh. What time is it? Yeah. I'm trying, guys. Just bear with me. All right, here we go. Ugh. No, you don't have to be a member to gift a membership. I don't think. Membership. Well, I don't know what to say, guys. It's just not working. It won't let me. Okay, let me try this now. Nope. Doesn't give me the option. It says super sticker, super chat membership. This is so fucking bizarre. It's supposed to say, you know, you can gift memberships and all that stuff. But nope. It's almost like as if this isn't my channel. All right, I give up. I can't do it. I can't do it. Fuck it. So fucking aggravating, man. So fucking aggravating. Anyway, yeah. I'll have to figure it out another time. Well, it's not even figure it out. My computer, YouTube, it all just works when it wants to. There's never been a time where I couldn't do fucking memberships, gift memberships, you know. But it won't let me gift memberships now, which is just great. All this stuff is all fucked up. YouTube is fucked up. People's handles never went back to what they're supposed to be. Like everything is crazy. Yeah, this show is set to members only. Yeah. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why it won't let me do it. I don't know. I have no idea. No, that shouldn't affect it, Soto. Tom, Chris trying to get. Oh, Tom Sheehy, what's up, my brother? What you doing? Good to see you. When did you get here? I guess I was playing with the fucking YouTube channel. They actually think they can never tell me where to. Oh, they actually think they can tell me where to go. Who, Tom? Who's trying to tell you where to go? Who's trying to tell you where to go? Because you stayed on when I was public and then I switched to members only. If you click off the show, you won't be able to come back to it. So just stay on it. Take a guess. I don't know. I don't know who would be telling Tom Sheehy where he can go. I don't know. Is there something I don't know about? What's going on? Why is anybody bothering Tom? What? Does anybody want to fill me in? You fucking guys, I swear to God. Oh my God. I guess I'll just wait. I love you all, but motherfucker. Yeah, that's probably why. That's probably why it's not letting me. All right, I guess I probably should just start talking about something else. I'm not getting any answers. I'm very confused. Well, oh, I guess you guys just don't want to say. Well, why is this person, whoever this is, this mysterious character, telling you where you can go, and where are they telling you you can't go? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, no, I'll figure it out. Then next time we do a public show, maybe later today, I'll do the memberships. I'll give out 10 of them if I still have them. I think did. I do them for November already? I probably did. Who knows? I've just said. All right. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to say now. Now I'm all thrown off. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Anyway, I don't know who's trying to tell you where to go, but don't listen to any fucking buddy and just do your thing. You know, everybody should do the same thing. Never listen to any of these people. Yeah, oh no, I got you. Yeah, just listen. I say the same thing to everybody. Just ignore these people because bottom line is, they wake up every morning and they decide who they're going to attack, and it doesn't have to be a content creator. It could be somebody from the chats. It could be anyone, and they decide they make the rules, and they're going to tell you what chats you can go to and what shows you can watch and who you can support. Meanwhile, what the fuck are they going to do about it? You know what I mean? Like this has fucking been 4.5 years. I have yet to see anybody really affected by this. You know what I mean? I have yet to see anybody really affected by this. I was the most affected, and it took me about a week to heal up. So no big deal. Now, I will say this. I want to bring this up. I probably shouldn't. Well, yeah, fuck it. I don't care. I'm speak my mind. I heard something happen to Common's wife. Not like something happened, but somebody called and threatened her at her job. And I just want to say, whoever that is, especially if you're calling and threatening to, physically or sexually assault somebody, you truly are the scum of the earth, you know? And Common, like I said, me and Common aren't tight like we used to be, but I know Common. And Common ain't attacking nobody's family, you know? Common ain't attacking nobody's family. There's no reason for anything like this, you know, especially his wife. You're going to bother his wife? For what? Why? I hope whoever it is, because I heard the police are involved or something. I hope they get locked the fuck up. I really do, because it's about time somebody gets locked the fuck up from this bullshit. For real. People think they could do stuff like that. They should get sued. They should get locked up. Period. The end. Or somebody just needs to get hurt real fucking bad. Something has to happen. But if you're fucking with Common's wife, I will be the first to say, well, no, maybe not the first, but I will be one of the people to tell you, you are an absolute animal. I don't know who you are. I don't even know who it is. I have no idea. I mean, I know who he's fighting with, but even for the people that he's fighting with, I think calling somebody's job and threatening to calling somebody's wife's job and threatening to rape her is, even further than they usually go. But no matter who it is, I just want to make it clear that as far as I'm concerned, you are a fucking lowlife and a scumbag, and you should probably fucking die, because this shit with terrorizing people's wives and family members has gone too far. Forget has gone too far. It went too far as soon as it started happening. It's absurd. It's crazy. It's great. And even if I wasn't even tight with Common at all, I would tell you this. But I'll always have love for that dude, no matter what. And anybody fucking with his wife infuriates me. It pisses me off to no end. You have no fucking idea. You have no idea. So I just want to make that clear and put that on record, that I don't care who it is and who wants to attack me for saying it. If you have some part in terrorizing Common's wife, then I hope you get whatever you have coming to you. I hope. I really, truly hope so. And whoever you are, I seriously want to see you suffer, whoever you are. Because these animals, they don't care that they're, Common's a man. That's one thing. Okay? His wife, even if you got for a woman, even if she's got a husband who could be a tough guy or whatever, it don't matter. That's not something. To threaten a woman at all, is disgusting. But to threaten a woman with something like that too, could you imagine the fear that puts in a woman, thinking that she might walk outside of her work and there's somebody there to attack her and do that to her, of all fucking things? Basically the worst crime you could commit against a woman. Whoever gets pleasure out of shit like this, I honestly hope you die. I swear to God, I do. Because let me tell you something. I think I know who would do something like this. And believe it or not, I know what you guys think. I know who you guys think it is. That guy might be instigating the shit, but if somebody called her work and threatened to rape her, I know who might have done it. I don't know who the person is, but I know that there's a certain person that hangs out in a certain chat who is as much of a lowlife, I mean, worse than the content creator whose chat they hang out in. Just a fucking animal, and he loves to go after family. And I would give anything to find out who he is. I've been wanting to find out who he is forever. Haven't been able to do it yet, but eventually I will. And I honestly believe that's who did it. It's the first person that came to my mind when I heard this. So I just want to make that clear, just so everybody knows, where I stand on all this shit, because it's quite obvious. I don't sit here and beat around the bush. I mean, me and Common don't talk like we used to. We don't. We're not tight like we used to be. But that happens. It's not. There's no bad blood that I know of. I just, I don't know. It doesn't matter if we were ever tight, or if I see you as a good guy in any way, shape, or form. Even if there's certain things you do that I don't like, I'll stand up for you no matter what. But especially somebody who I was that close to at one point, And I know Common, he just wants to live his life and take care of his wife. And, you know what I mean? That's it. I mean, Common doesn't start shit with people. He doesn't. That's just a fact. Common doesn't start shit. He doesn't bother any fucking buddy unless they bother him. And then, he'll most likely make you look like an asshole because there's not many people that can hang with Common in any type of argument, debate, or even if you just want to roast each other, he'll probably eat you up, So as far as I'm concerned, even where we stand now, I would have Common's back all the way on something like this. You know what I mean? Because that's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's too fucking much, especially if somebody's being attacked just because of that chat they hang out in or something. That shit is so fucking played out, man. Everybody should stop humoring these people, entertaining them. Just fucking ignore them, almost like as if you don't even remember who they are. See what I'm saying? Who the fuck are you talking about? Because there's no benefit in arguing with animals. There's no benefit. There's just none. Especially if you know that these are people that go after families before they do anything else. Why even bother with them? Why even bother with them? That's why I told you, I don't care if I went from 200, 250, 300 live views a show to 20 or 25 or 40 or 50. I don't give a fuck. I've learned my lesson that you're not, it's not about who's tough and who's not. It's not about being scared, not being scared. It's about what is it worth to you to have your family, terrorized? What is it worth? What makes it worth it? What are you getting in exchange for that? That's why now when I'm not making money, I won't even take the chance of anybody. It's one thing when you're making a fuck ton of money and there's only words being said about people you love and you certainly make it up to them with that money you make. When you're not even making money, when you're just somebody who hangs out here, you do a show and you've probably in 3 years, 4 years made a total of probably $5,000. I mean, you're just sick. Now, I personally wouldn't even engage with any of these people, but Common can do whatever he wants. He has the right to do whatever he wants, and he certainly has the right to stand up for his family. And he also has the right to go wherever he wants. He can go anywhere. He can go hang out at Gunsmoke show. He can go wherever the fuck he wants. He's a grown man. You think I ever got mad at Common for hanging out with Guns? No. There was things Common did I didn't like. That I didn't give a shit about. We were all friends at one time. You know what I mean? It's just not who I am. When you think you can control people, that becomes your issue, not theirs. So, it's just the only thing, the only reason I even say we're not as tight as we used to be is because me and Common basically we used to talk on the phone like every day, every other day, shit. Like we just don't talk as much anymore. Nothing happened between us at all. We just don't really talk anymore. And guess what? I don't talk to anybody anymore. I don't. There's still people who reached out after my mom passed that I haven't gotten back to yet. You could ask anybody in this chat who I used to talk to on the phone. Do I still talk to them on the phone? Or anywhere near as much as I used to. I just don't, So and plus I've always liked to go my own way. I've always liked to go my own way. I told you, I've been like this my whole life. It's not, that I couldn't be friends with somebody or keep friendships with people. I always feel more free when I'm, all on my own. So I made the decision a long time ago not to be tight with anybody on here anymore. So, but Common, as far as I'm concerned, is a good dude with a good heart. And, even if we stop talking completely, I would always have love for the dude, and I would always stand up for him and his wife. Always. That's the way I am. Even if people wouldn't do it for me, I would do it for them. That's who I am, so I don't care who hears this or who has a problem with it. If you're even calling that woman at her job, even if you're not threatening to do nothing to her, if you're even bothering her, you're a low-life piece of shit. And the funny thing is, what everybody seems to forget here is that it's always going to come back to you and the person you love. Always. So when you do that, when you call somebody's wife at her job, if that comes back to you, you can't complain about it. It's literally exactly what you asked for. So that's why I don't get involved in any of this horse shit anymore. I know who the real jerk offs are. Believe me, it's most of them. But the ones who are the worst, I'm not even going to engage. I'm not even going to bother. You talk about me all day, every day, try to get attention off my name or whatever the fuck it is you're looking for. Try to get my attention. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it unless I choose to, unless I decide, okay, this is a war I want to be a part of. That's about it. Demanded I show up in their chat. Get the fuck out of here. Oh yeah, bro. They sent for me today, LOL, as if fuck them guys. What? Send for you? Oh my god. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. There's people on here who really think they're like mob bosses or something. They're in charge of some shit, And Tom Sheehy, listen, I'll tell you right now. Tom Sheehy is probably, I'd say Tom Sheehy and Miss Can't Be Wrong are the last people you want to fuck with if you don't want some serious beef with me. Seriously. Not to mention, I mean, most of you in this chat, any of you I'd fight for. But what Tom has done for me and the kind of friend he's been, I mean, but you got to realize too, this is another reason sometimes it's worth ignoring it, because Tom, if they're fucking with you, it's most likely, they're doing it to get a rise out of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I won't bite. I won't take the bait and fight with these guys when they take little digs at me, and it drives them fucking crazy. So they'll fuck with you, or they'll fuck with Miss Can't Be Wrong, or they'll fuck with Ducks, or the people they tend to fuck with when they want to get my attention. So yeah, I'm just making it clear I got Commons back no matter what. Does that mean I'll automatically start a war with somebody because of this? No, I'm saying that in any way I could help Common, I'm absolutely going to do it. And if it involves taking part in a war, if I have to do that, I'll do that too. As much as I don't want to. Because I don't know. I mean, there's truly some people on here who have to be stopped somehow. But in the meantime, you can focus on taking channels down and all that type of shit. Before they were able to block sites on the internet, someone called my job and told HR I was chatting. Chatting? What does that mean? Meanwhile, people were watching porn, downloading music on the corporate computers, and playing poker. Wow. Well, something tells me that person's name is probably going to come out. Who do you think, Dux? Who do you think I'm talking about? I'll tell you who I'm talking about. What's the fucking guy's name now? Okay. Yeah, tell me if that's who you're thinking, because that's, from what I've seen, there's certain people who have certain chats full of people that will do shit for them. And they just want to be involved in something, and they're obsessed with their leader, their favorite content creator. So they'll do the real evil shit. And I know who probably the worst person in a certain chat is, Chris, the only person I ever say anything about is Canarsie, calling him a liar, which he is. Well, is that what it's about, Canarsie? Because I wouldn't doubt it. I was called a fanboy yesterday by a chatter. LOL, that hurt. Fanboy. Meanwhile, whose chat were they in? Because you could call them a fanboy right back. Basically, they're saying you're a fanboy because you're in my chat. So then you should have said, well, you're a fanboy because you're in this chat. You know what I mean? Like, I was asked in the politics show what FBS balls taste like, so I told them Twizzlers and Red Bull. That's so funny. For a person in the chat to fear like this has ruined everything. Yeah, this is stupid. I mean, that's why, guys, I that's why I you don't understand how hungry I am to just start making money on the politics shows so I don't have to do these shows anymore. I'm telling you, once I can exit this community, I love all you guys and I hope you always watch me and you know I hope you always watch me and come hang out wherever I'm at on YouTube. But man, there will come a day where I tell everybody, cancel your memberships unless you're into the politics. It's all over. It's all over. And I can't wait. Because the fucktardery that goes on around here. There you go. There's a new FBS word. Is just ridiculous. Especially when people, like you said, Sally, like you got to be afraid that you're in the wrong person's chat or somebody might attack you for being there. You should tell them, go fuck yourselves. Now I'm going to be here every day. Just because you told me not to be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it is. I do. Yeah, I know, Tom. I know. Chris, I'm just getting ignore them. Yes, Chris, that's what they want. Yeah. Just, ignore them. Angela, what's going on? I have a question, FBS. Have you and I ever spoken privately off YouTube, or have I ever encouraged you privately to attack anyone? Hell no, Angela. If you watch the first, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes of my show, that's what it was about. I was listening to your show earlier. I was going to come into the chat and tell you, say that, no, we've never spoke, but, I don't know. I'm weird about going in people's chats. But no, we've never spoken off of YouTube. I made that very clear in the beginning of this show, just on panel here. And not just that, but that's not even, again, I've been trying to convince people of this for years, and they don't want to believe it. But I don't, I don't do anything behind the scene. I really don't. Look at me, how open I am. No matter what I'm up to, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, even if it's not necessary information for you to know. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So I'll come right on here and say, let's do this to that motherfucker before I'll do it behind the scenes. For real. So when other creators realize you're going in another direction, well, that's why they're doing what they're doing. You got to understand. This is just like when I started doing the interviews, okay, in the beginning of this channel, when NB and those people were attacking me for no reason. I didn't even know who they were. When I started doing real good and getting bigger and bigger interviews, they started attacking me more and more. Was it because of jealousy for the interviews and stuff? Sure. But the main reason was to stop me from doing the interviews and get me to focus on this horse shit so I fail, because you can't succeed being part of MobTube unless you're doing something like that, like interviews or maybe some mob content or something. So it's to drag you back into the drama so you can't focus on getting big interviews and stuff anymore, because the last thing they want to see is you doing well. So trust me, I knew even before I did it, this stuff is going to start to irritate people. And they see me making money on the politics shows, and they see I'm getting, guys, the other day I got 57,000 views in one day. 57,900 views. Even yesterday, I did 2 politics shows. I didn't even go hard. I didn't even remember to tell people to like and subscribe. I only did it once or twice, and I still got like 30,000 views. You know what I mean? So that shit, it pisses people off, of course. You know why? Because they want everybody to stay right where they are. It's just like, listen, I've seen this with addiction. When you're a friend of when you're a part of a group of alcoholics, let's just say you and all your friends drink constantly, and then you're the one that gets sober, your friends will do everything in their power to get you to go to the bar with them. Oh, you could just have a drink. Come on, it's one drink, because they don't want to see. You know what John Gotti said that was probably the smartest thing he ever said that I heard, is that Mary loves Jane when Jane has cancer. It's true. Your own friends don't wish well, don't want you to do well. They don't wish good things for you. You have a few real ones, but your so-called friends usually, no, they're the ones, they don't want to see you get ahead of them. They want to keep you right there with them while they're failing. So they hate. And even if it's your enemies, doesn't matter. Even more so if it's your enemies. They want to make sure you do not succeed and you don't beat them. What these guys don't realize is that I beat them 4 years ago. It doesn't matter what happens to my channel. Now, their channel will never matter as much as mine did. They'll never do the things I did. They don't understand. I succeeded and beat them a long time ago. Now I'm just doing it a different way, and I'm succeeding again. Oh, cool. Yeah, no doubt, Angela. And I heard what you said. I talked about what you said about Angel and the rats. I used to say that all the time. It's 100% true. You know, as long as Mikey Scar spoke well of her dad, she had no problem with him, even though the guy didn't just testify against people. He testified against her fucking brother. I mean, think about that. The hypocrisy. You're going to call somebody like Jimmy out, but the guy who testified against your brother is just fine. And then Franzese, too. Franzese is friends with Angel's family. So she don't talk about him, you know? And not to mention, well, I won't even get into it, but certain rats that currently still exist right here on MobTube. Yeah, I know. I will. We wish you all the most success with the politics shows. No, I know you guys do. But these guys that came into this community riding my fucking coattails, the last thing they want to see is me take off and leave them all behind. That drives them crazy. They want to keep me down with them right here, except I'm not that type of guy. I'm the type of guy, every situation I've been in my life, I decided at some point I'm too good for this situation. And that's no cocky or arrogance. Everybody should feel that way. If you have a job that you've been in forever and you're not making much more money than you were when you started and things aren't getting any better, you got to convince yourself that you're too good for that job and you're going to get something better. If it's a business and the business starts to slow down, okay, I'm too good for this. I'm going to move on now. You know, everybody should tell themselves that, because everybody is too good for a situation where they've done all they can do and their situation isn't getting better. Well, move on. You have to. Otherwise, you'll stay stagnant forever. Every job, I'm telling you, that I had, I never quit a job and went to a job where I was making the same or less money. Never. If I left a job, and every job I had for years, then it was to go to a better job where I had better benefits and better money. That's just who I am. So I've had the formula for a long time. I was staying stagnant. I was just like, oh, well, I'm still making money here, so I'll just forget about the politics for now. No, I got to move on to the politics. And I know that the majority of people that stopped donating to me because of the politics. But hey, if you want to stop supporting me because I'm doing that, that's your fucking prerogative. But I'm not going to be held back just so I don't hurt your feelings. No. Thank you, Pat. That was a great interview, man. But I'm so critical of it. The sound, my mic, my sound was like muffled. Jimmy sounded perfect. My shit was all fucked up. I get so mad at myself. Facts. I've been clean 13 years now, and friends back then would act so shitty towards me. Congratulations, bro. Mike, you should check out on my channel, man. I got a lot of addiction and recovery shows. We used to do them a lot. I'm going to get back to them someday, but that's awesome. 13 years. I give you props, bro. And that's how it is, man. They all want to see you. They're like, wait a minute, who got clean? Like, nah. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, we'll fix that. That's the way they see it, you know? And that's not your real friends. That's just your crew, you know? Let me tell you something. My best friends were never actually part of my crew, meaning the people except for, I mean, there's one that was, you know, in a group of people that I hung out with on a daily basis. But, you know, obviously that person was different than the rest of them to me. My best friend in this world, who you guys don't even know about, I've talked to you about him, but I haven't told you his name or nothing. That dude never was part of anything I was up to. Straight edge guy, works his ass off, has for years and years and years. That guy I would literally kill somebody for. And that guy was not one of those people around me. And guess what? That was the only guy that did everything in his power to help me when I was too far gone with addiction and shit. Everybody else was fine with it. So, you think, Tom? Well, yeah, with his daughter and stuff, yeah. If they aren't laughing at your dreams, they aren't big enough. It's true, man. And listen, I'm not the most motivated person. I should be light years ahead of where I am in life. But I'm just saying that even though I do things on my own time, I always know when I need to better my situation. You know, I know guys. Listen, man. When I went to in work release in 2016, when I was in jail, I had to work at a Texas Roadhouse as a dishwasher. It's the only job I could get from jail. Okay, at the time, so I was getting minimum wage $7.25 an hour. You got to pay $14 a day to be in work release, to be in the outmate program. I would have $30 left over at the end of the week, and I would just send that to my daughter. So I didn't have a dollar in there. Okay. I worked with a couple of other guys, and they had been there for years, and they were making like I think $8.50 or something. They both been there for years. That's how much they were getting paid after years. And the one dude was an amazing cook. He had a dream of opening a food truck and all this stuff. The other guy was kind of a dildo, but even half retarded. He could get a factory job with some good benefits and good pay and better his life. And I used to tell them that all the time. I used to say, bro, I got an excuse. I'm in jail. You guys are free, and this is what you want to do. If you guys are in, they were older than me at the time. I was in my 30s. They were in their 40s. And as soon as I found out about Syncreon, the plant where I built the Harleys and shit, I went to the fucking the administrator or whatever of the work release program, the director, I'm sorry. And I said, listen, his name was Malpass. I said, Malpass, I need a favor. I can't do this job. I have a daughter that I have to provide for and stuff. I can't be working for $7.25 an hour. I said, I heard Syncreon has open positions and I want to try to get in there because they pay like, at the time, they were paying like $5 or $6 more an hour than what I was getting. It wasn't great money, but it was a hell of a lot more than I was getting. Damn near double. And he was like, well, let me think about it. I don't really like letting people switch jobs, the paperwork and all that. It's a hassle. And, they don't like doing that to employers because then employers don't want to fucking, hire outmade people anymore. The dude came back to me and he was like, listen, I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to give you a 2-hour pass. Aerotech was on the same road, Concord Road, as York County Prison. It was a fucking temp agency. He was like, go to Aerotech. You got 2 hours, fill out the application, do what you got to do, and we'll see what happens. So I went to the temp agency and I got hired that fucking day. And I let Texas Roadhouse know immediately. I'm fucking out of here. I'm too good for this goddamn job. And guess what? So is everybody else that fucking works here. It's their fucking lack of motivation and drive that keeps them here. And guess what? The reason I brought this up, about 3 months ago, I was on Facebook and I came across the dude Colin. That was the one I said was kind of a dickhead, but he's still a dishwasher at Texas Roadhouse. We're talking about 2016, 9 years ago. He'd already been there a few years. This guy is damn near 50 years old. Okay. So, and I guess what? That place, that job, not only did it pay way more money, but it was a union. So they had contract renegotiation right after I started, and it went up like another $3 a fucking hour. And I told those guys, you could go there right now, and you don't even need any experience, and they'll train you to build parts and all that shit. No, I'm used to being here, and it's easier to get here on the bus and shit. I'm like, oh my god. All right, well, good luck in life. Yeah, no, I straight up built Harleys. I worked on assembly lines building Harleys, and then I worked in an area of the plant called NCM, non-conforming materials. It was basically quality control. What would happen is Harley and York, they sourced out most of their assembly and stuff. Okay. Pretty much all of it. They fired like 800 employees because the union, they kept striking. Harley got sick of it, got rid of all these employees. They kept about 300, and they made it so that all they do is put the parts on the frame and ship out the bike. That's all Harley Davidson does. So they contracted out their assembly to this company, Syncreon. And basically, even if you had a record, no matter what, you could work there. They didn't even care about your record as long as you could pass a drug test and read and write, basically. That was it. And you learn how to build Harleys and stuff. But anyway, so we would build the parts all night. Okay, they were all sequenced and everything for each bike, each frame that they go on, everything. And then we would have trucks all night. Well, I was on third shift, but it was all day and all night, delivering the parts from Syncreon to Harley, which was only about maybe 2 miles away. Well, when something was defective on the bike, they would send it back to Syncreon. That's when I would get it. I was the, like the shift leader in the NCM area. So basically I would tear down those parts. Then there was Harley people that worked in there for like their own quality control that worked in the Syncreon plant. I would tear apart the parts, like say it was handlebars. I'd take the hand controls off, the throttles off, all that stuff. And I would do paperwork, what's damaged and what's not. And then I would bring it over to the Harley people and they would decide what to do with it. They'd usually just throw it away. And the parts that were good, like say the handlebar was scratched, but the throttle and the hand controls were fine. Well, then Harley people would take that shit and put it right back out on the floor to be used on a different bike, So that was it. I would sit there and tear pieces of Harley Davidsons apart and just do little paperwork on what's damaged and, the date and the fucking, the model of the bike, all that shit. And it was dope. It was dope. Of course, I would go in my little break room that I had all to myself, just me and 2 other people, and I would snort lines all night. But hey, I did my work. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. Ducks, probably, most likely, yeah. I could, believe me. There's a few different models that I built. There's the touring. I can't remember exactly. I have to think about it. But I assembled pretty much everything you can assemble on one of those Harleys. Now, of course, motors and stuff come fully assembled and all that, but everything from foot pegs to handlebars to tour packs, everything. So I could, without a doubt, at least those models of Harley, and I'm assuming pretty much any, I could tear apart and put back together with no fucking problem. I did it for 4 years, so. Here's something messed up. They demanded I cut my hair to work there at SSP. Someone at the center chopped my hair off. Next thing I saw a guy that had hair down to his waist jack me up bad. Where was that at? Yeah, senior dishwasher. Yeah. It's just amazing, man. And that job, that Syncreon job, wound up being really, really good after the contract negotiations and stuff. Bro, there was $100 or $75 or $100 bonus every week just for showing up, an attendance bonus, because so many people there called off all the time that they put $100 a week attendance bonus. So all you got to do is show up every day, 5-6 days, and you get $100 extra on top of your pay. And when I left there, I don't know, I was making around $20 an hour. And that's, not great, but for York, Pennsylvania in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, it wasn't bad, because you work mad overtime. We would work fucking ridiculous amounts of overtime. So you could bring home a decent paycheck. And all the benefits, paid holidays, sick time, all that shit. Oh, work release. Oh, yeah. You see, they weren't like York County Prison work release is amazing, man. You literally, you have your own clothes. You could bring in 2 30-gallon trash bags with you into work release. You get set up in a dorm. You got your bunk. You got a locker. You could have sneakers. You could have clothes. You could have jewelry. You can have whatever the fuck you want. And you just, when it's time to go to work, like I had an hour to get to work, even though it was only a mile walk. And we would haul ass there because we would want to stop at the Sheets next door and get drinks and cigarettes and sandwiches and shit, which we weren't supposed to do. They would let me out of York County Prison. I had to be at work at 10. They let me out at 9. And I just walk with the other employees that are walking to Syncreon. There was a bunch of us that worked there, and I stayed at that job until COVID shut it down because it wasn't an essential company. So, yeah. That's crazy. 100 just to show up. You want to hear the best part, Ducks? Listen to this. So when you have FMLA, which I had, FMLA is like, it could either be that you're taking some short-term leave or it could be that because you have a medical condition, you can call off if you're not feeling well or if you have something wrong with you, and they can't penalize you. They cannot. It's against federal law. If you have FMLA and you call off, they cannot penalize you as long as it's for something health related, So when I went to rehab, I was getting short-term disability, but and it still doesn't make sense to me to this day, but through my union, I got the short-term disability, but the Syncreon was paying me every week. I'd get the $100 deposited into my account for the attendance bonus, even though I hadn't been there for, weeks, just because they couldn't penalize me because I had FMLA, and that's how I got the short-term disability and shit. So it's funny as fuck, man. You know me, a hustling motherfucker. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not even going to call them and ask them about this shit. Let them just keep paying it. And it was crazy. You get off in the morning, get an hour to walk back. You can get your girl, anybody to pick you up and drive you back and forth. You can take the bus. You can do whatever you want. But we would choose to walk so we'd get more time. And then some of us would get rides anyway. Like the prison is right near like a Best Buy and a fucking Lone Star Steakhouse and a Burlington and all this shit. It's a little strip mall. So you just have somebody waiting there to pick you up. Now it takes you 10 minutes to get from the prison to work, and you could just chill, sit outside, smoke cigarettes, go to the store, whatever. Oddly enough, it was really fun. Sometimes it really was, but anyway, that's my thing in life. You got to better your situation. And that's what I'm doing now. And anybody who has a problem with it, it's not going to stop me, believe me. It's just going to make me go even harder. I assure you. Anyway, guys, what did I get here? I got one gifted membership from Soto. That's it. $5. $5. $5 for the whole show. I just want to repeat that. Oh my God, not a single cash app, nothing. Nothing. So I think I made my point about everything, and I wanted to make sure I touched on the common stuff because to hear that his wife, and I don't know his wife like that, but I know it's his wife. I know her name and stuff like that, but that's it really. But that's his wife. And anybody who attacks his wife, I mean, it's like you're attacking Shanna to me, So it's just the way I am. Just the way I am. Wow, sorry for the money. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. It is what it is. I'm used to it. Oh yeah, fuck that. Cut your hair. Yep, cut your hair. Compared to the regular, like even York County Prison, compared to being in the blocks, work release is a fucking ball. Like they got fucking vending machines. You could buy, you don't get commissary, but you could buy like big ass subs and all kinds of shit, so you could eat whatever, It was much more chill than the blocks. It was real scumbag shit. Yeah, it's disgusting. Oh, it's okay. It's all right, Mike. You look out for me all the time. Don't sweat it, man. These shows have just been slow with donations. But yesterday I did real well. I did. So anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to get going. I'm going to go right over to do a politics show. And then I got to take care of all this. So I'll see you guys later today. Peace.